So yeah, like I keep saying, the first thing we need to do is kill. Oh, hey, Internet! How's it going? This week, Steve Ballmer. Retirement, 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 retirement. We offer an in-depth look at the career of this great, great man. And by that I mean we tell some jokes, I guess. Syria's Electronic Army continues using the tactics of bored 16-year-olds to make some sort of point, and we browse the bargain bin of startups and attempt to find the next big thing. Dave, we found one that's perfect for you. I hope you're excited. With me today, as always, from the UK, is James Bruce. How you doing, James?
Delicate. I'm very
You're delicate. Yeah, you had a bit of an exploration in the countryside. Yeah. Yeah, it's left you feeling a little tired, maybe chemically affected, shall we say. Also with me is Dave LeClaire from Connecticut. How's it going, Dave?
I'm rough and rugged.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm not delicate like James.
Put those things down, man. You're going to hurt someone.
I got permits.
It's all legit.
Yeah, I'm good.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Let's just hop right into this thing. James.
Let's let Dave lead the way this week. I feel we should do that.
What? Nah, he did that already. Yeah, he did it. It was great. It was
Go on.
awesome. What do we got, James? What's the top story?
The top story.
Yeah.
It's about Ding Dong the Witch is dead. By which I mean Steve Palmer. By which I mean he's not actually dead. He's just retiring.
He's retiring, and the stock market can be a bit of a dick sometimes, and this is one of those cases. As soon as he announced he was going to retire, the value of the stock went up dramatically. I think it earned Bill Gates $500 million in 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of thing when Steve Jobs, dies, the
stock market
plummets, obviously, but Steve Ballmer
retiring
announces retirement.
I think it's kind of a thing where in the polls, a generic Republican beat Obama every time because voters would vote for a generic Republican, but every time an individual human was mentioned, Mitt Romney, Rick Perry, they're like, well, no, I'd rather vote for Obama than that. I think it's kind of like that. There's this ideal, someone who's not Steve Ballmer could do a better job, but I think the reality on the ground with Microsoft, I don't think there's an actual human outside of Bill Gates who could turn this around, and Bill Gates is too busy saving the world to bother himself with something as trite as Microsoft at this point. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's good, because we like Bill Gates.
Big fan of Bill Gates. Huge fan of his work.
Yeah. He's doing good work now, not just taking over the world.
I think, no, to be fair, Microsoft did a lot of good work in the past 20 years of computing, mostly...
In the past.
Windows brought computing to the mainstream and made it accessible. I mean, I guess we all could have bought Macs and done the same thing, but people weren't going to do that because they were freaking expensive. No, Microsoft made very good contributions, and it's worth noting that under Ballmer, Microsoft has been more profitable than ever.
That doesn't
really
say
good
much
at
apart
sales.
from he pushed Office sales though and made everyone upgrade. And
okay, what's a business supposed to do? What's it? How do they?
Well, in an ideal world, they'd have more of a social responsibility, but that's a different topic actually. I'm guessing
but you gotta make money. That's the thing.
They gotta make money.
Microsoft's big problem has been pushing into new markets, right? But they did push into one new market pretty well, gaming, in the past 10 years. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, but I don't know if that push is gonna go so well. Next generation. I think,
was that under Ballmer that they got Xbox working?
Well, definitely the Xbox 360 is the greatest incarnation. I mean, the original Xbox got their foot in the door, but the 360 started... that's the first time they've been in the #1 seat.
Could we actually attribute that to Ballmer, though?
It was under his leadership that it happened. If you're going to blame him for the bad things, you got to give him credit for the good
in
ones too,
fairness,
don't
if
you?
the bad things happened were his fault, I'd feel happy blaming him for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what exactly did he do? I mean, more to the point, he was just a bit of I don't know what I can say on air. You watch any videos of him, and he's a bit of a dick.
What? No. Are you kidding? The one with him and Bill Gates dancing to "What Is Love" is one of my favorite things on the whole internet. He's just hilarious. No, not any video of him makes him look like a dick, and I don't think he's a dick in general. I think he did a good job running a company. It's not a company I'd want to run, but and it was pretty profitable. But I'm not going to say I know exactly what happened behind the doors at Microsoft, but I think his legacy's a solid one. Do you disagree?
Vote of no confidence. No, I'm just happy he's gone.
What? He's not gone though. He's announced that he'll retire within the next year, basically giving the company a year to find someone else.
Yeah.
The one problem is all of his obvious successors have left the company at this point. One to run Farmville.
I like the fact that we did a poll on Make Use Of saying, "Are you happy he's left?" And a lot of people are like, "No, because I really wanted him to run Microsoft into the ground."
What? Was that one of the options on the poll? Who did that? Was that
No,
Dave's job?
they added their own option there.
I'd like to welcome Kevin Bacon to the chat room. We're a big fan of your work. I hope to see you play Steve Ballmer in the biopic in 10 years. That's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. But the real question I have about Steve Ballmer is, did he succeed at his stated mission at fucking killing Google? For those of you who don't know, in 2004, when one of the higher-up programmers said he was leaving the company, Ballmer allegedly, again, this hasn't been proven, but it's in court documents, said that just tell me you're not leaving for Google. And when the programmer said that he was leaving for Google, he freaked out and threw a chair, and that's the source of all those jokes, and said, Eric Schmidt is a pussy, I'm going to bury that guy, I've done it before, and I will do it again, I'm going to kill Google.
When did he do it before? Am I missing something?
Oh, Eric Schmidt worked for Netscape, I think is what he's referring to.
Oh.
So he did bury him
which,
before.
Which turned into
With
Firefox.
Microsoft buried.
How did they bury it?
What? Netscape was a profitable company that was selling a web browser, and then Windows said, hey, web browsers now come with Windows. And Netscape's business died off.
Is Firefox.
Well, Netscape the code, not Netscape the company. Netscape the company is long gone. He did bury the company. Netscape the code was donated to the Mozilla project, and it became the basis for Firefox, but it's a bit of a stretch to say Netscape is Firefox.
And then
the point is,
Internet Explorer gave the world so much.
There was a viable business for making browsers, and Microsoft destroyed that, and that's when all the antitrust lawsuits came up, and it was good fun.
Wait, is Steve Ballmer responsible for table flipping as well, then?
I don't know if
was it just chair throwing?
It was chair throwing was his.
Okay.
In terms of the internet meme, that and his developers.
I think table flipping comes from Japan, actually, doesn't it?
I don't know about table flipping. What's table flipping?
Table flipping, the emoji of someone flipping a table. Oh, they're really annoying.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Oh dear.
I really didn't know much about Steve Ballmer.
Oh, he ran the company.
It was that, you know, he existed and he seemed to be making bad decisions, but I feel like I never heard his name in the news as much as Bill Gates or Steve Jobs when they were in the. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but it seems like people just never talked about him as much.
Bill Gates is a massive figure in popular culture and the popular imagination. So that kind of makes sense, yeah. Oh, there's the emoji.
Flip in the chat.
Okay, that's pretty cool. No, that's not Ballmer's legacy, unfortunately. No, but Ballmer's been running the company for almost 10 years now, since Bill Gates left to focus on his charity. And Bill Gates is still on the board. I think he's the chairman of the board, but that's a much less direct kind of thing. So yeah, but Ballmer ran the company, and it's a lot of different moving parts. I know right here there's an office in Boulder that hires a bunch of people that just works on the maps specifically, and there's offices like that all over, and they've all got different goals, but it's one company. I wonder, though, if it shouldn't be split into smaller companies. I know this has been proposed before, and it almost happened because of the antitrust lawsuit, but I just wonder, so Microsoft Office right now is one of the best products they have. You might not be a fan personally, James, but it's running businesses all over the world. Lots of people use it. Lots of people depend on it and need it to do their jobs. And a couple weeks ago, I think we talked about this, Microsoft released an Android version of Office. But you need a subscription to use it, and its feature is really limited when compared to the Microsoft Office you can get for Windows Phone. And maybe that's a good strategy for Microsoft to say if you want the real Office experience, you need to buy a Windows Phone. I don't think that's the best strategy for Office as a product. I think you could make Office the dominant Office platform for the next 20 years at least if you just put it on every platform, had a kick-ass subscription service tied to it, had all the features on all versions of it. Like a good iPad version would be better for Office, but Microsoft wants to leverage Office.
That's great talk, Justin. I don't know where you're bringing in these mad ideas from. You're
You
a
think that's
dissident.
crazy?
You need to quieten down a bit.
Well, I
I'll
don't
get
work
you
for
in trouble.
Microsoft, so they can't silence me internally. I just, it might be a good strategy for Microsoft as a company. I don't think it's a good strategy for Office as a product. And as a company gets bigger and bigger, you have these kinds of conflicts kind of wreck things. You can see it with
Yeah,
other
but if they
companies.
split it up, you might get to a time where like someone said, "Let's put Office on Windows Phone," and they were just like,
Yeah.
"No, we don't like Office anymore. Get out of here."
What? No, I don't think.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's hard. It's just an example of if you have a larger business, the different conflicts that can come up, right? Because
And then Google might buy Office.
you think Google would buy Office, really?
Well, no, but I mean the reason they can't buy Microsoft, I guess, is because Microsoft itself is so huge. But if you start
Yeah.
splitting companies up, you can start picking off individual bits of them, can't you?
You're right. You're right.
It's one of the dangers
individual
of
bits
splitting
make it-
something up, I think.
Sony might grab Xbox. That might be
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, that would be.
Oh,
Wow, we finally
welcome,
get the one console.
famous person who talked into a microphone once, Joe the Plumber, in the chat room. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for talking into a microphone that one time and derailing an election. That was fun. Good memories. Good memories. Good to see you.
I asked him if he worked with Mario. He didn't.
No, I think that's a different guy. They should add Joe, like Mario, Luigi, and Joe, the plumbers. That would.
Joe would be like the American guy. He's not, you know. He's like,
If you have a really
You
stereotypical.
guys, we gotta clean these pipes, yo. Let's do it.
He'd be really, really American, not
And
Italian.
then Mario's like, we gotta save the princess and whatnot. And he's like, shut up, man. This toilet's clogged, man. You took big, you know. And then that would be how the game would go.
This isn't working day.
Did
It
you
would
know
be like
Mario?
an actual plumbing simulation.
Mario
Yeah.
had a career change early on. He used to be a
He
carpenter,
was a carpenter.
and then he became
was a
plumber.
carpenter in Donkey Kong. Then he became a plumber.
Interesting.
He realized
his
the
brother.
plumbers union was better. He was like, you know what? I need those benefits, man.
Yeah. Plumbers do get paid much better.
If I'm gonna keep risking my life to save this dumb bitch that keeps getting kidnapped, then
Are you serious?
My bad.
Fucking
Make
James.
it shut up.
Your ringtone is a MIDI version of Canon.
He's so professional.
Yeah. Oh well, Syria's Electronic Army is at it again. They are hijacking the DNS records this time of the New York Times and Twitter. It seems like they got in, as most people do most of the time, by an email address that had the passwords saved, because people don't store important passwords in your email. It's dumb. People are going to find it.
Well, hang on.
No, that's how they got into
They
Twitter,
send-
anyways. They briefly
You send
changed.
password resets to email,
What's up?
so it's a bit unavoidable.
If they don't usually send the actual
Oh, that's
password,
true.
it's usually a link.
You can't send the password because they're hashed. There would be no way to recover it. You can't figure out a password given the hash. You have to go the other way around. You have to hash the password.
Well, no, apparently it was just stored in plain text in the email, is what
Oh, well,
I got
that's-
from this. Is that not what you
Like
got?
people are like, oh, here's
Unless
how
they emailed themselves.
Yeah, it's
That
probably
would
people
be-
emailing themselves saying like, in case I ever forget this password, I can.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing how much information people can get about you if they get access to your email, because it's the dumping post for everything. And you're right, you can also do the password reset thing. Though, in my head, the DNS information for Twitter and the New York Times should be protected by a little bit more than a forgot password button. It should, like, you should have to call someone to get that. To me, maybe
It should
this is
be
just
locked.
how democratic the web is. It's the same for Twitter as it is for us. You just get the records from a DNS company, and then there's a password somewhere. But it seems like that should be locked down a little more, like you said. Yeah, I'm a little confused by that. But yeah,
They're
so
not really
I guess
winning any karma, are they? I mean, this Syrian Electronic Army. What exactly are they trying to do?
I have no
Just
idea.
piss
At
people
some
off.
point, they were trying to spread their propaganda message by redirecting these sites, and maybe they were going to do that this time. But you take Twitter down, you're not going to get much sympathy from the broader internet. You're just, I mean, you might raise productivity in the West for a couple days, but I don't think that's what you're going for. You know, like,
Good on you. Can you take out Facebook next time?
yeah, take out
Appreciate it.
Facebook. You'll be amazed at all the shit we'll get done. Although all the partisan divide at Washington would just disappear because everyone would be so bored that they'd have to like do their job for a while, and then the budget would be balanced, and all the companies' stock values would go up. Yeah,
Or they could go for some serious influence and take out Yahoo, because we'd all notice that.
Oh no. No, we really don't want them to take out Yahoo. There was a good point in the comments section. I think it was on Valleyway. Someone said we need to subsidize Yahoo as much as possible and keep it running, because otherwise those commenters are going to come to our sites. And if those commenters come to our sites, God help us all, because they're the worst. And I think it's a good point. It's like a reservation. It's an internet reservation for all the racists and homophobes. Like, they can all hang out on Yahoo, and then they don't come bother us. And, you know, as people who run a site, it's in our best interest to keep them over there. Yeah.
You know, Yahoo, though, they are big for the fantasy sports. A lot of people, that's where they go.
Fantasy sports. Just speaking of, they upgraded their sports app, and the feedback's not been too positive. People really liked the old one. Now, I haven't tried the new one yet, because you know, hockey's not happening right now, so who cares about sports until October? But I was a big fan of their old one, Yahoo Sports ! I forget what it was called.
Doesn't everything with Yahoo have an exclamation point?
They love their exclamation points so much. Sportacular, it was called. Now it's just Yahoo Sports. That's what they did. And yeah, people are pushing back. They don't like it. They like the simple one better. So we'll see. I'll find out during hockey season if this is true or not.
Well, there you go.
Hey, welcome to the chat room, everyone. We really appreciate having you around. Let us know what you think Syria is trying to accomplish, because I'm baffled with this electronic army stuff. Of course, it looks like all three of our countries are going to end up in war in Syria, so I don't know how I feel about that, actually.
I bet you feel pretty good.
You think?
In your heart.
I'm not a big fan of war as a policy, but I will say that if Canada's thinking of invading you, you've probably screwed up pretty bad, because they don't invade many people. Oh, speaking of the news, the Daily Mail fell for a completely BS story. Someone sent out a press release claiming that Uber, which is a car-sharing app you can use to call cars that are bored to drive you around instead of a taxi, subject of a lot of lawsuits. Anyways, someone put out a fake press release set in 2023, I think, saying that Uber was buying self-driving cars from Google for their service. The Daily Mail, which I think you've probably heard of, James, they ran with this. They published that. And every tech blog in existence followed because, like I said on Facebook, fact-checking has been disrupted by the tech blogging industry. Calling someone to confirm whether a story is true is simply too...
This wasn't even fact-checking, though. Come on, the date was 2023. I mean, if they had published it as is... No, this isn't fact-checking. It's the Daily Mail. Come on.
Well, but lots of tech blogs
Scabby
followed
newspaper.
immediately after them. So... it's amazing what people do to generate clicks, and you don't take time to think about whether a story is even vaguely plausible. There's only 2 states where it's legal to drive a self-driving car, and you need to have someone in the car who's sober in any state. So it's silly to think that this is even a thing. So, you know, call someone. Call someone to confirm a story if you think it's kind of silly. That's all I'm saying. Or you can, like, email them if you want.
This original TechCrunch article...
Yeah.
I'm just reading through the comments.
Oh yeah,
It's tragic
TechCrunch.
how many people take it so seriously. I thought I could rely on TechCrunch for trustworthy news. Well, that was your first mistake, mate.
Well,
The story proves to me that I
do
can no
not
longer
read
trust
TechCrunch.
Oh dear. I do not
Wow,
expect
this
there to be
is-
any fake stories in these feeds. Only on April the 1st can I have my guard up. I will no longer subscribe to your site as I cannot trust your articles any longer. Well.
Wow, this is a very long article with no quotes.
It's
That's the
a lot of effort. How much do you reckon Uber paid for this? Or even, what was the point of this? Was this just a joke? I don't get it.
I think it was just someone trying to point out, and again, I'm just speculating here, how little fact-checking happens in the technology world.
I mean, it says at the top, though, dispatch from the future.
I mean, this has got to be 700 words. Yeah, they changed the
That's a
headline
lot
here
more than
later.
that. Oh. I feel like
wait.
it could have been an awesome kind of sponsored post by Google and Uber, maybe, but
Maybe.
eh. Well, I wasn't subscribed to TechCrunch anyway, so I don't care.
I
TechCrunch
have
is...
them in my RSS feeds. Maybe I should write them an angry letter and take them out.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I don't think it's worth your time. It looks like TechCrunch framed it as a fiction piece. They've got the dateline at the top. I don't know. But you still shouldn't publish that without making it very clear that it's speculative fiction.
Or
Oh,
should-
come on. Of course you should. What
We
kind of an
should-
idiot actually believes that?
we should
Do any
once
of
a
us-
day we should plug a fiction article into the make use of articles and see like if people can spot it.
I used to do that when I wrote for the student paper.
I just saw
edited-
Kathy walk by in the background.
Oh, well, the camera shouldn't be pointed anywhere near her. That's a problem. She really hates that.
I saw. Too late.
Oh, no.
Too late. I
Missed
caught you.
I have a wife.
You straight.
Sorry about that, Kathy. What are you doing? Why are you grabbing Nessie? What? No.
Turn that thing over. This is riveting radio.
It's riveting radio. This is the best radio ever. If you pay for cable, do you pay for cable, Dave? I can't remember.
Yeah, I got a pretty low package, but I pay for it.
Well, then you pay Disney $5 a month for the privilege of having ESPN in your package, which is why
Disney.
ESPN is one of the most profitable cable channels in the country because they use the money that they get from these cable packages to buy the rights to more and more sports, which makes it harder and harder for any company that doesn't want to offer ESPN to do so. I mean, if you don't offer ESPN, people can't watch Monday Night Football, and that would be a huge scandal. Now this sucks for people like me who are only interested in one sport, hockey, a sport which ESPN seems to have no interest whatsoever in even informing themselves about on a basic level. But
you
whatever.
show it. I don't know what happened.
No,
One
I
day
was
they-
about to say something about everyone subsidizing Dave and yours viewing of NHL, but I guess I can't do that now.
Hockey is not on ESPN at all. No.
Oh,
They
well,
talk
egg
about
on
it
my
Sports
face.
Center, though, like on like their news shows, they'll mention hockey, but they
And
don't.
they'll usually be wrong when they do. They really
There
suck
was a
at
hockey
covering
game
hockey.
played at the weekend. And in other news.
That's basically what it is. It's really shocking if you're from Canada and hockey's like the only sport that matters, and then you watch ESPN Sports Center and it's like, oh yeah, and hockey exists. That's our update for the month.
I drive
that's all.
by. I drive by ESPN quite often. They're,
Oh yeah, its headquarters are in your state, aren't they?
yeah, they're in Bristol, which is like
Yeah.
10 minutes from where my parents live. So
You
like,
should just stop by and ask why they don't do any hockey coverage.
I've actually done security at like a place they were like working on or something. When I
Okay.
used to work for a security company, I was so yeah. ESPN.
Oh, that's pretty
Their
cool.
building has a lot of satellite dishes. A lot of them.
So, it's a long article in the New York Times all about how they protect their network. I mean, this channel buys the rights to cable to college football games. They have no interest in airing whatsoever, just so no one else can. Just so that, yeah. When they were sued about this, they did start an ESPN college channel specifically to broadcast the college games. But like, it's amazing. They've got all this cash reserves because everyone has to pay for them regardless, and they're using that in turn to lobby Washington to keep these cable packages alive. There was a bill by John McCain, of all people, trying to force cable companies to unbundle. Now, on a technical level, this might be hard. Some cable boxes would need to be replaced in order to allow everyone to only buy certain channels. And I think that's why the bundles exist from a technical standpoint, so that they can just like flick one of 5 switches to give you your packages, you know. But it is unfair for consumers that, well, ESPN's a prominent example, but in general, you're paying for channels you don't care about. This reminds me of the CBS controversy. CBS is demanding more money from Time Warner for rebroadcasting their stuff. Did you see last week, James, that they are now offering all of their customers free antennas from Best Buy so that they can pick up CBS over the air?
That's awesome.
I mean, to me, that's the best plan you could do, right? I mean, if I'm a cable subscriber, I don't want Fox and CBS in my package because I can buy a frickin' antenna and get it anyways. If I'm getting cable, I should only be paying for the cable stations. Why am I paying for network stuff?
For the
Well,
convenience of not having to switch input from your cable box to a separate input.
well, no,
Bloody
not everyone
freaking
can
da.
get the over-the-air transmissions as well. Like some of my OTA digital channels were kind of dodgy, and then I broke my aerial. So now the only way I can get terrestrial channels is through the Virgin Media box.
Yeah, but The point is, it's kind of ridiculous for these local channels to be demanding a cut of the cable bill when people can get those channels even if they don't have cable. It's like
Sure.
everyone wants a cut of that cable bill, so the cable bill keeps going higher and higher. But I think now that people are just starting to drop cable, that the discussion's going to change somewhat. ESPN can't just keep asking for more and more money if people have alternatives, or if people can just stop watching cable altogether in favor of cat videos on YouTube. It's a real option at this point.
Wouldn't it be so awesome if Apple just came out with Apple TV and let you subscribe to whatever channels you want? That would be awesome.
Don't
That
think
would
it's going to be Apple that
Change
does
the
that.
world. Oh, come on. You know, if someone's going to do it properly, it'll probably be Apple. They're the only ones with enough clout to figure that out.
Intel's working on it right now, but the thing is, it's not a technical problem. It's a legal problem.
It's just any cable company could just say, yeah, we're gonna you pick your channels and then you build your package, but the networks would be like, well, fuck that, we don't want to be a part of this shit, and they just wouldn't give them their networks because they want to be bundled in, because who the hell is gonna voluntarily sign up for like the home shopping channel or something?
Do you think there's not some kind of a technical issue there? I don't think they can customize everyone's package so much.
I know, for example,
Why
that
not?
some people get HBO even though they don't pay for it, just because the cable technicians don't want to bother setting up more filters.
Right.
So the way it works right now is in your cable box there are what's called filters, and it's just like a little thing. It plugs into the cable, and they put it between your cable and theirs, and it blocks all the channels you're not paying for.
I mean, obviously, you're actually getting them. They're coming in through the cable line, right?
Well,
But
what you could do, and what I've seen people do in the past, is if they want a certain channel, they walk outside, they open the cable box, they remove the filter, and they're connected directly to the cable system, and then they can watch every channel, right? So in order to allow people to buy whatever channels they want on an individual basis, the cable companies would need to make custom filters for everyone, basically. So
legit, yeah.
that's what you'd have to do. It would be an additional expense for them, and they would make less, and people would pay them less. So it's kind of a lose-lose for the cable companies. It's pretty obvious why they're not going to do it. Oh, we have to implement some expensive technology, and people will pay us less? Sounds like a deal. Like, they're not going to be excited about that. They're only going to do it if they're forced to.
But you can get different packages in your individual house. Like my channels that are blocked are not the same channels as my neighbors.
Yeah.
I have a very small package, so.
Yeah, it's an individual thing.
Sorry.
Title of the episode. We are children.
Dave has a very small package.
Dave has a small package. Anyway, let's
Nailed it. That's good.
Into the ESPN sucks thing, but Fox is really making a big push into the sports channels now. They just added 2 new Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2, so
and they hired
a competitor now.
They hired the internet celebrity anchors from TSN up north in Canada to be the anchors for their show. Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, I heard they were talking about them on Reddit, that they're like the best thing about Fox Sports 1, and then they showed a picture of the TSN guys. So.
You should if you haven't seen the montage of those TSN guys, you should watch it. So it's like all the Sports Center stuff you'd expect if you'd seen TSN, but Canadians just as a rule take things a lot less seriously, and it just devolved. Like, they do the sports highlights, but it's just a big joke about the medium itself a lot of the time. It's hilarious. You should watch it. My favorite is no, I can't even. Those guys are funny. The
channel also has a huge UFC presence on it, including like live cards. So if you like sports channels that actually care about fighting, then I'm all for it.
Fox Sports has something ESPN/Disney doesn't, and that's a network of regional channels already. So if you want to watch the Detroit Red Wings in Michigan, you got to get Fox Sports Detroit. So they've got the rights to a lot of sports locally already that they could probably easily just broadcast nationally from time to time. A lot of baseball and basketball teams. So yeah, if anyone can legitimately threaten ESPN, it's a Fox Sports at this point, but that would just be another channel that you have to pay for if you get cable, right?
Right. It doesn't solve the problem, but it just passes the problem from one. If the possibly passes the problem from one giant company to another giant company.
Or now you're paying 2 giant companies to watch sports you don't care about.
Yeah, because you got to watch the sports that are on Fox Sports 1 and the sports that are on ESPN.
Yeah, I don't think
no matter what, you're screwed is pretty much what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Just pirate everything on the internet.
It's a little harder to pirate live stuff. You can.
You can, but it's usually also looks like ass. But anyway, that's enough about cable television, I think.
Yeah. Anyway,
You can hold a
Kiwi.
camera in front of your TV. That works.
Kiwi update now. The New Zealand Parliament, as of this morning, I guess, has banned software patents. No software patents will be respected whatsoever in that country. Fantastic news. We need to do the same thing here. Software patents are so incredibly vague that you can't write a Hello World program in Python without having to pay some company somewhere $5 for the privilege. like it's ridiculous at this point. This needed to change. So, good on you, New Zealand. Yeah.
Do you reckon this will kickstart a new kind of New Zealand innovation thing where everyone moving to New Zealand to make a startup, maybe?
It might be a good idea. I know a lot of startup companies live in fear that some software patent holder somewhere is going to sue them for money they don't have. If you're trying to start a company, one of the worst things that can happen if you're bootstrapping, if you don't have a lot of money, is someone saying, "Hey, give us $5,000 or we're going to sue you." Like, yeah, I could see New Zealand getting economic benefits from this, but it's not exactly a short move. If you're in England or California, it's hard to think of a further place in the world to move to than New Zealand. It's not exactly easy to get to, but maybe you'll see some people there. Maybe Kim.com will start an open coffee club and everyone can hang out with him and learn about startups. That might be exciting. Moving from New Zealand to Germany, the German government is warning key entities internally not to use Windows 8. James, what's going on?
Yep, there's a German Federal Office for Information Security. They declared Windows 8 outright dangerous after they found a backdoor in Windows 8 which can't be disabled without getting into too much technical details. Basically, Microsoft, or the implication being the NSA, if they asked for it, because obviously they can ask for anything they want and the companies have to provide it, can have complete remote access to Windows 8 PCs should they wish. So they recommend using Windows 7 until 2020.
It's just a backdoor? Microsoft can use it?
Yes.
What?
Microsoft has a remote control backdoor into every copy of Windows 8, and it cannot be disabled.
What if you just blocked the
Perhaps you're not getting the can't be disabled bit.
Like, it can't be disabled at all? You can't even just...
Well, I'm sure if you unplug your computer from the internet, yes.
Well, yeah, obviously. No, they will activate the cellular network and get you... Oh, that's insane. I didn't... You sure this isn't just fear-mongering? I guess it's the German government as a source, but... So you think you think other governments are going to be concerned about this? Germany and the U.S. are having some problems in their relationship lately because of the spying thing. It's really... For some reason, Germany is sensitive about governments wanting to know everything about everyone. There's something about their history that makes them paranoid about that, and they're not happy with America lately. This is another symptom of that, I suppose.
Well, this is how it seems right now. And if the German government is saying don't use it, then I think it's yeah, it's pretty legit.
Install Linux, Germany. That's not going to work. Okay, I think this could be a new feature for the show, this next one. There's a website you can go to buy failed startups or side projects, basically. It's a side projectors. And Dave, I found a project that is perfect for you here. It's in the outline. It's only $1,000. I think you should pick it up.
I'm on it. I'm gonna buy it right now. You
check it out. Check it out. Well, the project is called You Poop. It's an app that will redefine the pooping experience, and you can check in at toilets and leave reviews.
I assume you can share pictures of your produce.
That isn't listed here as a feature. I think it's mostly about...
It's a poop social network, and you can't share the features.
They literally made a shit social network. That's what they did here. So yeah, you can... You can buy the project outright for $1,000, or you could become a co-founder, Dave. And I really think this is the future of poop.
It's the future of poop.
Yeah. So I know you like collecting vintage video games, but I really think you could start collecting website and side projects and just really make a go at it.
I wonder if these...
Wait, what if instead I start collecting poop?
That is a terrible idea.
Are these people aware they could actually just sell their domain name for a whole lot more now that they've got so many inbound links from various stupid places linking to them?
They're aware, but they want the projects to keep going as is, and not.
Oh
just
yeah, if
become
I was the
domain name.
founder of the Poop social network, I would be totally dedicating my life to
Other people
carrying
who think
that one
about
on.
this one confounds me somewhat. I'm very disappointed with your reaction. I thought
It
there'd be
has
more
a very
enthusiasm.
large user base potential amongst males ages 12 to 28.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't
potential.
argue with that figure, with that data. It's pure data.
No, I love this though because he says I have fully developed the idea and have a blueprint of everything included in the app. I just need someone who will program it. Basically, I lack programming knowledge. So, oh wow,
It's one of
you came up with the idea. The idea is
He has a
obviously
blueprint,
gold.
yo, a blueprint.
Yeah,
Just need someone to program it, which would be 99.5% of the work.
yeah. Those are the
Great.
best startup ideas, the ones. I've got the concept all mocked up.
And for
Just need
programming
someone
it,
to
if
build
you
it.
do it for free, I'll give you 2% of all total future earnings. Isn't
that's
I'd
not what this
I'd go
guy's
for that.
saying, to be fair, but yeah. So you
That's
can
what
go
they
to
all
Spy
say.
Projectors and find all kinds of projects, including first world probs, where you can people can list their first world problems because Reddit is too hard to use apparently.
Is there a subreddit for that? There probably is, isn't there?
Oh, but one of my favorites is Winestagram. And I just have to read this one here. Behind every wine bottle is a story, dinner with friends, a date, etc. Using Winestagram, you can embed memories and corks. After you and your friends open a wine bottle, take a photo that represents yourselves or the event. Upload the photo to Winestagram, and we'll give you a simple code. Write the code on your cork and keep the cork as a souvenir. You can look up the photo in the future.
Yo,
It's
this one is listed for $1.
which one? Which one's that?
No.
Should we buy a startup company for $1? Which one?
Trackingdiet.com.
It's a crap domain. What are these?
It's not the domain, it's the code. You'd get the code.
If you would like to purchase
Even a-
this project, you get the domain name, the source code, the data, design, the Twitter account, the Facebook page, and the email accounts.
If they're selling it
All
for
for
$1 and the service costs $4.99 a month, I think I can conclude from this that they're not making $5 a month from it, because otherwise you'd keep it.
But it's $1, man. I can't even buy like a sandwich for $1.
Use this price as a guideline, but the price is negotiable. Well, let's see if we can get him down to 50 cents.
$1, that's a ripoff.
Unbelievable.
You should just buy it, Dave. Then you would own it.
I
It comes
wonder
with the
what
domain for $1. You could probably flip that.
I need to make an account. I don't want to make an account.
Well, fine.
Sign up, $4.99 a month. Hey, they've got a video too. I bet it's really lame. Let's watch the video.
What? You're just being mean now. It might be a good idea.
No, it's
That's
not.
got to be a typo because all the other ones are like $1,000, $18,000, and then there's this $1.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe this one. It doesn't even have code. Anyways, that's a fun diversion. Find your favorite
So should we
products.
buy it and expense it to the Technophila account?
Yeah,
I think
probably.
we've got $1, right? Do we have a
Probably.
$1?
I think we should buy this tracking diet one and just see what happens. But
Most of
I
this
can't.
shit is like they're all just like stupid like social networks.
Well, yeah. The
You
social
think?
network. We should have
Why
built
isn't
up
anybody
the social
selling
network
good projects?
for poop.
Because
That is the one.
What about Your Baby Is Lame?
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty
what
cool.
was that one about? What was that one about, dude?
It's an awesome website dedicated to making fun of annoying babies.
What? That's not a project. That's just like
Like
a
all of
tool.
them.
But the thing is, it's not. It doesn't. You don't even get an actual website. All it is a.
It's a blog spot.
It's a blog spot.
What?
Oh my god.
What? Someone's trying to sell this?
How
For
much are they asking?
$1,000.
How much? 1,000.
Average
Oh.
number of unique visitors per month, 100. He's asking $10 for every unique monthly visit.
Well, you get the
That's-
Twitter account and the Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
What the?
Wow.
It has,
Since
he hasn't-
2007. This has been up since 2007.
and he hasn't posted on it.
You think
since
at that point you'd give up?
Maybe?
I don't know, man.
Oh, we're going to get to the ad block thing, believe you me. Chat room. Don't worry.
Shut up,
So,
chat.
sorry about this lingering. Okay, you can't have this. There's going to be a white Xbox One, and only employees get it. I don't care, because I have a red Wii, so I already feel like the coolest. Yeah.
You're not cool.
You should probably go to hospital, Justin.
Probably go to the hospital.
Dave has a small
Yeah.
package. Justin has a red Wii.
Check it. Check it. No one else has these. You know.
What's that? What are we,
a red
showing
Wiimote.
off Red Wii?
It's a
Oh,
red
it's a
Wiimote.
Red Wiimote. They've had
You
them in
can't-
Japan for a while, haven't they?
Oh yeah, you can buy them in Japan,
Red
but not
Wii
America.
floating around. Seen them at the stores.
So this white Xbox One also has a I made this laser engraved on the front, so it's for
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
everyone who works on the project.
That's legit awesome, actually.
And then when they asked Major Nelson if he'd be able to buy them, he's like, "Oh, way in the future, sometimes, maybe."
Well, of
on
course you
eBay
will
or something?
eventually.
Yeah.
Plus, they'll be on eBay like seconds after they're given away. 'Cause...
No,
Remember
that's
when the
that's pretty
Xbox
sweet.
was the 360 was only white?
Racist.
They've gone backwards. Now they're only black and no white.
Well, I think at the time they were trying to set themselves apart from the PlayStation, which was black.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah.
And now they're both black.
You know, the PS3 in white actually, like, they made a white one for a little bit. It looks awesome in white. It looks way
I don't
better
think
than the-
anyone cares what color their console is, really. But I will say that.
Well, I mean, it
I think
depends
they
on
do,
where
and
you
it doesn't
have it.
fit in
If
with the
it's
rest
into,
of the
like,
stuff.
if you have your console in your main living room in your house, then
Yeah.
you probably do
the
kind of care
the
how it looks
Wii
like.
was obnoxiously white and had the blue. Yeah, that's.
Like for
And
me,
the
the
stupid
console that's
shape.
in my video game room, I don't give a crap what it looks like. I have freaking wood grain Atari 2600 down here. Like I don't care. But
Oh,
the one in the living room.
That,
next
to be
my-
fair, is awesome. I wish they still made video game consoles with wood grain. I
have
don't
a
even know what was up with
Dreamcast,
that.
it's all yellow. It turned
The- the-
yellow.
The wood grain's not going to match, in all probability, the other wood grain things in your house or your
Can't
paneling.
you stream us some of your retro gaming, Dave? I
No, I
forgot
need
you
one of
never
those
actually played the
card
games.
things.
Huh?
Any one of those capture cards.
We'll get one.
Well, you just need something to put between. Yeah.
Or I could stream emulated it, and that would be dirty.
Oh,
just the
you
same.
emulate things, you bad boy. No, because we're sick of seeing Dota. We want to see you play some old school Mario and stuff.
Well,
I play a
I
lot
speak
of
collectively for the entire listening audience.
you are the entire listening audience.
Well, we'll
Fair play.
start a Kickstarter to get Dave a capture card, and then when it gets
Dave Capture. I would love to sometime play retro games with you in person and record it. I think
well,
if
I'm
I'm
sure
ever
at some
in the-
point
if
in
I'm
the
ever
next couple
in the
years,
East
me and
Coast
Jess will
region,
make-
that
at some
you
point,
have
me
to
and
buy a
Jess
capture
will
card.
come to Colorado to ski, and whenever we do, that's when we'll be there. I'll bring stuff with me. At some
You'll
point,
bring some
we gotta
retro
go,
games. We'll set it up. Yeah, this is happening. We're gonna do this.
and that we can set up a camera over our shoulder to stream the TV and us.
No, I think we'd want one camera. Anyways, we can talk details later. But this is happening. We're gonna do this.
Maybe we should
I'll
kickstart that.
kickstart that. Kashi contributes
Buy Dave a
$1,000.
capture
Done.
card and
Yeah.
get Justin or Dave to fly to Colorado
Or Connecticut, yeah. From sea to sea. From sea to shining sea.
or Connecticut to play retro. Awards for backing it, or you get to watch it.
Yeah. No one
It's
else
gonna
gets...
happen.
Okay, this is going to happen. This is going to be good. Okay, speaking of things that are going to happen and are going to be good for society, some people at MIT are working on a keyboard that shocks you when you try to use Facebook. I think this is the best thing for the world going forward. I think this should exist. You should check this out. It's called Pavlov Poke. It was pointed out to us by Michael on Facebook, so thanks for that. Ironically enough, on Facebook.
I thought this was
And-
awesome till I read down the bottom and it
That
says
is
it's an
ironic.
art project rather than a real thing.
Yeah, they're not selling it, but you know what? Someone in China is going to actually sell it now, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, so
Why
you
Facebook specifically though? Why not target something more harmful, like every time you try to watch porn or something?
I'm sure you could probably rewire it to do other things, but Facebook is just the biggest time sink known to man. I mean, people will go on there thinking it's just for the next 5 minutes, and then all their time's gone.
It sounds more like Reddit to me. I don't know. Reddit seems like a bigger time sink than Facebook.
Reddit's more of a niche thing, but yeah, Reddit's a huge time sink. And you think you're learning things, you're not.
Sometimes I learn things on Today I Learned,
Yeah.
but then I forget them right away, so I guess I didn't really learn them.
That's the truth.
It's like today I
Oh,
learned
and this thing will
wow, that was
also
awesome, and then I forget.
hire someone on Mechanical Turk to call you and yell at you. That's awesome.
Costs like $1.50 each time, though. Jeez.
So it's costing you money, and someone is yelling you at the phone.
Yeah.
That's the best.
There's
You
a
can do
person
some
in
really
our
weird
chat
Twitter
named
analysis.
Racist.
Who uses Facebook from their PC anymore? Some people do. Some people do. I do. I don't like using Facebook on my tablet because that app is terrible for Android. It slows
The
everything
Android
down.
Facebook app seems like it's a piece of poop. Everybody always complains.
Just installing it makes your device less useful. There's an alternative app called Atrium for Android, though. It's pretty good. It's like a third-party app for Facebook. It'll make it somewhat useful, but it's still, I don't know. The Facebook experience is just not well suited to the... Yeah.
The iPhone app is pretty good.
The iPhone app's not bad, yeah. Haven't
It's got
tried it
that
as
new
much.
thing where
but,
you
yeah.
can like start a chat with somebody, and then it puts a little bubble with their picture, and you can move that around the screen out of your way. It's a nice app. I still never use it, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it notifies me about seemingly random things, like this friend who you friended from primary school a million years ago has shared a link. I'm like, right, you feel I need to be notified of this?
If they put it on your page, they notify you.
No.
No?
I turned Facebook notifications off on my iPhone completely, so it's
You really, really should.
go
Facebook
there-
notifies you every time someone posts in a group now, which is kind of annoying.
I have one group that I let it email me about, the Frisbee group, because I actually want to know what's going on there for playing or whatever. But other than that, yeah, I don't want notifications from
Facebook's great for the occasional side conversation, but overall it can be a huge time sink. It's just about thinking about what you're spending your time on and figuring out if you're getting anything out of it or if it's just taking time from you. That's
Vipple311 would like you to repeat the name of the alternative app.
it's Atrium.
Atrium.
Atrium. I'll put a link up in the chat room for you.
And he also says +1 to the poopy Android Facebook app.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why it's so
How come
bad.
people say +1 now?
Google, man. Google's the most influential social network on the planet.
People
Getting
say
a
that
bit
in our
political with
emails,
this
like,
next story,
at
aren't we?
Nick all the time.
Oh,
They're
I'm getting a
all
little
like-
political, but you know what? I'm fine with it. Because imagine if there was a problem that we had completely solved as a society, and because some stupid people think that the solution is bad for you, which it isn't, the problem continues to persist. I'm talking about measles right now. There was a church in Texas that preached against vaccinations, and surprise, surprise, 20 people in the church got the measles. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Someone
Did they die?
vaccinated flew to Indonesia and came back and brought the measles. Some people,
Oh, good job.
yeah. So now the church has reversed its position, but it's too late. We as a society have solved so many diseases, and even if vaccines were making some people sick, which they're not, but even if they were, it's better than getting measles. It's like, do you realize how many people were wiped out by these diseases? Do you know how destructive you're being? I don't
I
care
don't
if
remember
this
how
makes
bad
sense.
polio was. Can we bring it back? Maybe just
Everything would be so
let's
much
just see. Maybe times are different
Yeah.
now. Maybe it's all right now.
Bill
Maybe
Gates
it's
is
fun.
spending all of his Microsoft money to try to eradicate polio with vaccinations in Pakistan and India. And we've got jerks here who think, well, I know better. Vaccines are bad for you. Do you realize that the way we think about cancer or AIDS now as being this terrifying thing that might, like, that are tragically wiping people out, that was polio before we found a vaccine, okay? Like, it was killing lots of people and spreading rapidly, and we thought it would end civilization. We solved that with vaccines.
But wait, you can
So-
you can heal these kind of things with crystals, I think.
No,
so
it's
much.
You have to do a magic dance, I think.
Oh, now you're just being silly, Dave. I'm talking about crystals. They are legit, dude. You get different coloured ones. You hang them above your bed, and they solve everything. You just don't get sick again. Seriously,
Oh,
man.
well, my magic dance works pretty well too, so screw you.
California, the further south.
Yeah,
you
I'm doing it
go.
right now. All of your ailments are being cured.
No, vaccines are good. I don't care if anyone's upset about this.
That is
We,
you are
as a
taking
society,
bold stance, Justin. That is bold.
Vaccines are good.
Vaccines are good, man. You are really you're
Really,
gonna spend a lot.
on this one. I don't know. I don't care if my boss is upset. I'm saying that vaccines are good.
Man, lawsuits are going to be raining down on our heads.
Yeah, it's going to be
Bold
terrible.
claim.
And you know what? Your country is to blame for this nonsense. It was some jerk over in England who wrote a paper saying that vaccines cause autism.
Yeah, and then
discredited, but the damage
stop their
was done.
kids getting. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah, so thanks, England. Thanks, Obama.
Wait,
I kind
what-
of feel like if you're not going to get your child vaccinated, you just really shouldn't be allowed to go to school.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah,
kinda
those
how it
kids shouldn't be
works.
allowed to leave the house, ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just deeply upsetting. Get your kid vaccinated. Just do it. Crystals and stones only work in Pokemon GBA ROMs. You're right. It also works in GBA itself. You don't need a ROM.
Yeah, you hacker.
You didn't even need to mention piracy. You just went there right away. That's a pretty legit version of Pokemon, though. Crystal, that's pretty good. You know what? Have you heard of Dave? Have you heard of some of these hacks for Pokemon? Like someone made season
we are
1
not
and 2
talking about Pokemon hacks.
of the
Come on.
anime as a Pokemon realm. It's amazing.
No,
My
I
nephew
haven't.
told me
That sounds
about it.
awesome, though.
Pokemon Ash Gray. Look it up. It's
I
really
thought
hard
we
to look up.
just
Actually,
hit a real new low right now.
Yeah.
This is.
Pokemon ROMs this week. Pokemon ROMs.
Oh, hey, speaking of video games,
Yeah.
there's a pretty good Humble Bundle right now.
Oh, is there?
It's actually an EA Humble Bundle.
Are you kidding me?
I
That's
bought it.
not really a humble bundle. It's just
Yeah,
a
I know,
bundle.
I know.
It's not an indie bundle.
It's not an indie bundle, but you get
Do you
like
mean Origin?
yeah, the Origin bundle. That's EA.
Hmm.
You get
That's a bunch of good games.
Mirror's Edge,
You get
Crisis,
Dead Space, Burnout Paradise, Crisis 2, Mirror's Edge, Dead Space 3, Medal of Honor, and if you spend more than the minimum, you get Command & Conquer,
Populous.
Battlefield 3, Battlefield 3, Populous, and The Sims 3 with some expansions.
That's a
For
pretty
real,
good
you
bundle.
get Populous, the game that I have on a floppy disk.
I bought
No,
it.
but that's just a bonus. It's a bonus, man. This is a pretty good bundle.
I bought it mainly
Considering
because
the price.
Jess has been saying she really wants to play The Sims 3 again, so I bought it, and so she can play The Sims.
But notably, The Sims 3 is the only one you can get for Mac.
Yes, correct, and that's where I've been. That's where we've been
No
playing.
Mac, no Linux. It's just Windows. But it's a pretty good bundle, man.
I
Yeah,
would
for
consider getting this just for
$4.93.
Command & Conquer.
So, if you want to get some cheap ass games, probably might want to look at that.
Check that out.
What has happened to Command & Conquer? What happened to it? It used to be such an amazing game. I don't understand where it went wrong.
Real-time strategy isn't that popular of a genre anymore.
Except for StarCraft.
That's weird, isn't it? What happened there?
To real-time strategy?
It's
Yeah,
like the same
I
thing
don't know.
that happened with the MMOs. You know, like World of Warcraft just dominates and no one else can get in there, and then in RTS's StarCraft just dominates and nobody else can get in there. Fucking
StarCraft has
Blizzard,
just
man,
come
that's
to
the
define
problem.
Blizzard just destroys genres by making a
Yeah,
game
they just
so good no one wants to
single-handedly
bother with anything else.
Destroy
Yeah.
entire genres by making one game that everybody wants to play. Yep, fuck you. We win.
There's no company that dominates. I guess Nintendo's kind of got a lock on the side-scroller platformer, but I can't think of any other company that dominates an entire genre to that degree.
I don't know, nowadays, man, the indie games, a lot of people...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Side-scrollers are kind of coming back, yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole nother aside. But
Yeah, but
fuck Blizzard.
whatever. 2% of Americans don't have broadband access, but 20% choose not to find it. I'm assuming you put this here, James, so we'd all shut up about internet access.
I did put it here. I don't really have much to say about it, though. It sounds quite interesting.
It
I thought
sounds
maybe
like
you'd
yeah.
want to read it. I put it here for your
there was a
benefit.
piece related to this in the New York Times that said how many people choose not to have internet access and how, from an employment point of view, they're put at a serious disadvantage. Because right now, if the local grade school wants to hire a janitor, I mean, they're putting that on the internet and not paying for an ad in the newspaper, because why would you pay for an ad in the newspaper when Craigslist exists? But the point is, like, there's no way for someone without internet access to find out about these jobs. Working class jobs, you need internet access. And a lot of people just aren't, they're older, they didn't learn how to use all this stuff, and it's a huge problem. We call it the digital divide quite often. And yeah, 20% of Americans. It's kind of staggering.
Do you
to
think
of.
is that because they can't afford it, or they can't afford a computer, or they just they literally just choose not to have it?
I think they might not even be fully aware of what the benefits are.
they may not even know that they may not even know that they have it available. They just don't.
Yeah.
some people in the rural areas, you know, if you live on a farm or something and you're out there, and,
Rural areas, small towns.
just
I
don't,
bet you.
just don't
Hey,
care.
remember the days before the internet existed?
Yeah.
No, me neither.
Oh, I do.
I still
when did you
remember
first have internet?
I
James?
still remember when my mom first upgraded to DSL from 56K. It was like the most incredibly amazing thing to ever happen in my life. Just like
I remember that because it was like 5 years ago.
I
No,
remember
I was on CompuServe on a 14.4K modem. You know, I remember that.
When was
I
that?
remember like the awesomeness.
Jeez,
of
that was
not
like
having to
12,
ask
13, 14 when I was, yeah, like 15 years ago, I guess, maybe?
Okay.
That sounds about right.
So I think we first got dial-up internet sometime around 1997. Might have been a little
Damn.
earlier than that.
You really did live on a farm, huh?
Well, yeah, there was a farm.
Yeah.
We, I mean, 97 wasn't that late.
Wasn't it? So
No.
what made you finally get the internet then?
It wasn't me. I mean, I was a kid at the time. You'd have to ask my
your
mom
family,
about
yeah.
that. It was probably related to something financial that my mom was doing. Probably online banking or something. She was the treasury for the church. I don't know if it was related to that, but email was starting to become a thing. I mean, the internet wasn't that exciting back then. There wasn't a lot you could do with it.
Oh, there was. Come on.
Not that I knew about. I wasn't.
Didn't you find the adult passes anywhere?
No.
Oh, maybe that was just me.
I had
Whatever.
4 siblings. There was no privacy at any point. Like if you were on the computer, someone else was there with you. So I didn't experience that the way you did.
I discovered newsgroups pretty early too.
The late '90s either, and I live in a big city.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 97 was pretty early to have internet access. I think it doesn't seem that bad to me. But yeah, we had the dial-up connection.
When I never had like 28.8. I started with 56K.
I will say I started pirating pretty early because I didn't like Pokemon the show that much, but I was really intrigued by the idea, and I found out there was a video game of it, and that's when I discovered emulators and ROMs.
How did you bring this back to fucking Pokemon ROMs? What the hell,
Everything connects to Pokemon ROMs. Everything. It was on my... No, this is how I taught myself piracy. For some people, it was Napster. For me, it was, email. Yeah, email was pretty cool. I just thinking about this. I didn't have my own email address for like the first 4 years we had a computer. We all used...
Hotmail?
No, I didn't have a Hotmail.
Oh my god.
We just shared an account. You had AOL? Oh, that's the worst.
We had the full... Then I finally realized that it sucked, and I would just like log into it because that was our ISP, and then minimize it and just use Internet Explorer and AIM.
Yep, that's how you have to do it. Except
it
that
took
was in
me a
Canada,
while
so it was... MSN was the big thing in high school. That's what everyone was using. That was before text messages. We all used MSN at night. And parents didn't understand it at all, because why wouldn't you just call someone? Well, because then you can't play games in the background. And awkwardly, then you need something to talk to. With MSN, you could just say something and wait for a response. It was more casual. But now that's
is
just
ASL still a thing? I remember AOL chat rooms, and the first thing you would jump in and do would be ASL.
ASL? No one does that anymore.
Do they not?
I think people do it as a joke.
Oh.
I don't know if anyone actually does it.
The only thing you'd do, you'd jump in the room and everyone would be saying ASL.
People keep bringing up Pokemon. Just keep doing it. It's going to just infuriate James.
When I went in those chat rooms, all I did was troll people. I was a troll from like when I was like 12.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
Want to chat?
I used to go into like into chat rooms where I wasn't supposed to be and like pretend to be weird, like like adult chat rooms and pretend to be like
oh wait, you'd pretend to be the weird adult hitting on the 14-year-old girl, and I'd pretend to be the 14-year-old girl.
Someone would be like, "Man, I'm looking for like a BBW," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's me." They'd be like, "How much you weigh?" I'd be like, "Oh, 350," and I'd just tell them all these stories about how fat I was. Oh man, I was just a naturally born troll.
I was so fat.
That's messed up, dude.
Before I even knew that the term trolling, I was trolling.
Wow.
Yep. I've always been a bad person. That's the moral of the story.
a lot of Silicon Valley and a lot of people from around the country have retreated their internet-connected lives to run to Burning Man, which is just a city that's set up in the middle of the desert temporarily, I think. But there's been an ongoing project to get internet access there. Someone who's testing a makeshift improvised cellular network is offering free internet access to people there, and it's become controversial because part of the ethos is unplugging for some people. I'd say just don't take your phone out of your pocket if that's a problem, but the technology behind it's pretty cool. There's a link here. Yeah, I can't say I'm a big Burning Man attendee, but yeah.
Have you ever been? I'd really like to go.
I've never been myself. There's a lot of people in Boulder who do go. I'm pretty sure you can see some of the setups here. I've got a cohort from one of my old jobs. She sets up LED lights. It's like a side project she has with a couple people, and she goes pretty consistently to that. Just to show off her light projects, and also because it's a lot of fun. But I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know if I would be into Burning Man. I don't know if it's my vibe. I don't get along with hot temperatures. I don't want to be in the
hippies. I hate hippies.
In the summer. Well, don't go to Burning Man if you don't like hippies, yeah. But it's supposed to be pretty cool. I like the idea. So they've got this whole culture where you can't spend money inside it. You can give stuff away.
It's a gifting culture, yeah.
People give you stuff. But it's gifting. It's not like an exchange or a trade. You just give people things without thinking of anything. But yeah, you have to pack in your own food and all that. It's a cool experiment. I'd be more excited about it if it were like in the fall in the forest and not in the summer. I guess is my thing.
Dude, that's a thing. Start it. Don't call it Burning Man in a forest, though. That's a bit bad. Call it nice, flowy, streaming river or something.
Nice,
Riverman.
Flowy, streaming river or something.
If you don't want a Burning Man in a forest, that could be potentially lethal.
That's probably not a good thing. Okay. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Adblock is trying to raise money to get this, pay for ads to alert people to the fact that you can block ads on the internet. They're not content with 10% of internet users. They want everyone to know how wonderful the ad-free internet can be. James, I'm sure you're super excited about this, and you know what? They've almost doubled their fundraising goal, thanks to Kashi for sharing this on Facebook. But believe me, we were all over it. We had that. So James, what do you think?
I think raising money to advertise an ad blocker is about the worst thing that could ever happen in the world.
Did you watch
bringing polio back? This is more evil.
This is not more evil than bringing polio back.
This is more evil than anything ever combined. This is the kind of thing Dr. Evil would do.
What?
It's about the last thing a questionably immoral company should really be doing, advertising their disgusting services to the world. And if you use AdBlock, you're disgusting too. You heard me.
Well, no, AdBlock.
Listeners.
AdBlock fills the need. People want it. But
I don't care. I want free money. That doesn't mean to say I can make a plugin that gives me free money at the expense of other people.
You probably could.
Well, yeah, okay.
Well, we'll see this. AdBlock ad in the Super Bowl. You know what? I'm interested about this because the Vancouver-based magazine Adbusters tried to buy ad space on Canadian and American TV networks in order to spread an anti-advertising message. Now, in typical Adbusters style, if you don't know, they're the magazine that kind of started the Occupy Wall Street movement a couple of years ago with an article. But their style was a little extreme. It made consumers out to be just mindless drones who will do anything an ad says or something. I can't remember the details. But notably, every major network said, no, we're not going to air this ad. So I'm wondering whether a billboard company, whether a TV network, whether the people who run the Times Square display are going to take their money.
I'm confused, but oh no, wait, no, they couldn't run their ad on their own ad block network, could they? Because that would be preaching to the converted.
Yeah, that's not going to help at all. Wait, they don't.
Maybe they could buy ads directly from websites. I don't know. No, again, why would a website do that? No, I wouldn't. No, I don't know.
Maybe Technophilia podcast is the right avenue for them to advertise.
Yeah, you know, AdBlock. If you want to put an ad somewhere,
absolutely.
James will change his message so quickly. Hey, did you know AdBlock's amazing?
James, I want to hear James have to sing the praises.
James will have to read the ad because Adblock is Adblock.
Nope.
Pay us $10,000 and
Nope.
we'll talk about changing.
Oh wait, $10,000? I could have my views changed for $10,000.
Give us some of that sweet crowdsourced money.
I feel
It's
as
an
though
interesting idea. Raising funds just to buy an ad is kind of interesting. But of course, if they succeed in their goals and get everyone on the internet to use Adblock, all these free sites are going to become pay sites, which I think I'm okay with, but I think a lot of Adblock users are going to be frustrated with. Something tells me that Adblock users are not the kind of demographic that would be like, oh, I have to pay for sites now? This is awesome.
Have you ever paid
I'm
for
not
a
okay
site,
with that.
like a premium membership on a site? Not a porn site, James, like an actual site?
I'm not okay with some shithole telling us how we can run our business. No, you can't have a free model. You have to charge for it. Well, no. F off. Who the hell are you? Screw you, Adblock. Screw you.
James, you didn't answer my question.
What's
Have
the
you ever
question?
Have you ever paid for a site that wasn't porn?
For a website, or I pay for web services quite a lot. I
No,
don't know
like,
about a website.
Like something where, like, you know, like they have like premium, like a site like
No,
ours,
because this
but it
is
would
the
have,
internet
like,
and everything's for free. I wouldn't pay for a newspaper either. Why the
Yeah,
hell
but
would I? When
there's
you can get
sites that
free
have
news?
that have premium models, like Giant Bomb, the video game site. They have.
Do you pay for Giant Bomb, Dave?
I've wanted to. I've thought about it so many times, and I just can't do it for some reason. Because it's like $8 a month or something. I don't know.
The only reason I don't pay for the New York Times is I think if I did, I would feel bad for not reading every article, and I would spend all of my free time reading the New York. Like, they have so much content that it's not worth paying for because I would feel like I need to read it all now.
The only thing I would pay for would be the, you know, the Tuts Plus tutorial network. They have like a premium version with tons of tutorials for JavaScript.
Stuff
and
you
whatever.
can't get somewhere else. That's the problem with most blogs or video game reviews or journalism is you can get it somewhere else if you look. It's a commodity, right?
But the thing with Giant Bomb and where they've succeeded is you can't get them anywhere else, and
it's personality based. That's where
it's
it
a
works.
personality that you care about.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
But that's a short-term thing. Once you put it under a paywall, then people have a harder time learning about it. But I guess they've got lots of free content.
So wait, I can't listen to this Giant Bomb thing without paying?
No. They have, like, their blog is free. They have a lot of free videos. It's just they do, like, every day they do, like, a show. Like, it'll be like Unprofessional Fridays or Thursday Night Throwdown or whatever. And there's the Daily Dota, which is where one of their guys is trying to, like, learn Dota. He plays every day. Those are premium members only can watch that. And then they have stuff like...
sure, I'd pay for that.
Coming back to Adblock here, they're showing an ad on YouTube. I'm pretty sure Google's going to block these ads from showing up on YouTube. I mean, they advertising networks traditionally don't allow ads telling people not to watch ads onto their networks. The Times Square one, I would be really surprised, too, if that succeeded. And the Super Bowl ad is definitely not going to happen. I don't care if you have $1 billion. They're not going to take it. They don't want anti-advertising messages spread over their ad platform.
It doesn't make any sense. The whole thing is just, it's backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put an ad saying that we're going to get rid of ads.
Again, people have tried this before. Adbusters tried it, and they weren't allowed to air the ads. I mean, the people who make money... Adbusters magazine, look it up.
I've never even heard of this thing.
Yeah, you can get it in most newsstands in North America. I don't know about England, but you'd like it, James, I think. But yeah.
What is it? Sorry.
Adbusters magazine. It's a magazine. It's an anti-advertising magazine that's also just a generally liberal publication. I used to subscribe. I liked it.
There's a picture of a topless girl right on the first article on the page.
Oh.
Adbuster.com.
It's not .com. It's .org.
Yeah, .org. Sorry, that one.
Oh, what am I looking at?
Environment, and then there's just a topless girl just sitting there.
Yep, check it
and
out.
There's also an article titled Technophila. I think that's like our cousin or something.
Technophila, maybe, yeah.
Anyway,
speaking of ads.
Speaking of ads, this week's episode of Technophilia Podcast is brought to you by Bitdefender Internet Security, which is the acknowledged antivirus of the year. It has a non-intrusive and extremely fast scanning technology and it offers enhanced silent security against e-threats. Some of the features are superior security for your data, extremely fast and non-intrusive with Bitdefender Photon, guards your online transactions, protects your digital identity, reveals your kids' online activities and restricts them when necessary, and protects your internet connection with its awesome firewall. So if you need a good antivirus, Bitdefender Internet Security is the one to go with because I said so.
There you go.
Well,
That might be legit. Adblock can't block that. They'd need to spend a lot of money
Can't
figuring
block
out
me either.
when our ads happen. Yeah. I really want to thank
Usually I put it at the beginning of the show, but I put it at the end this week to throw everybody off. You like
Pretty
that?
awesome. Let's move on to the make use of news. News you could, in theory, make use of right now. Calibre, which is the most popular and best ebook management software on the planet, has just released version 1.0. New features include a new cover view where you can scroll through and your books by just looking at the cover, which is kind of exciting. A new database backend, which makes the app much faster if you had trouble with it being slow before. Check this out. It's gotten a lot better. And it can convert docx files. So if you want to make an EPUB out of a docx file for some reason, you can do that now too.
Is it still built in Java?
Was Calibre ever built in Java?
I thought that's how they managed to get cross-platform.
Oh, I don't think it. To me, it wasn't. It's not. It's definitely not running in the Java. Yeah, you'd have to look into that, James. But I will say it's much, much faster than it used to be.
I always thought it was pronounced Caliber.
Calibre? I don't know. Yours
makes more sense based on the spelling, but for some reason my brain always just interpreted it as Caliber.
I've always thought it as Calibre,
yes.
but I guess there should be an accent on the E if that's the pronunciation. So
Libre means book, doesn't it?
I don't know. No, Libre means
yeah, Libre does mean book, so that's probably
Nacho Libre.
That's your reference point? Is a Jack Black movie no one watched from 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
standard procedure.
The best feature of this program, if you don't know, is that it can transfer books from your computer to basically any e-reader on the planet, and it converts formats from one to the other. So if you have an EPUB file and you want to read it on your Kindle, it will just do the conversion for you. So check it out if you haven't yet. It's a great tool. What it can't do, at least out of the box, is remove DRM from ebooks, which is a little annoying. But
I read one criticism of it is that they take over the file and directory structure. You can't then get to your files once they've been added to Calibre. It basically manages your ebooks for you.
Kind of the way iTunes does.
Bit like iTunes or iPhoto, yeah.
It'll resort your stuff. But I've always used Calibre to organize stuff, so that's not a problem for me. But yeah, if you have an elaborate directory structure already, it copies books you add to it to its own folder. My setup is I have that folder in Dropbox, so then all my books are on all my devices. I like that a lot. I don't even have to think about it. And Calibre does also have a backend. You can set up a web server, basically, so anyone on your network can browse your books and download
the whole
them.
book, not just the catalog?
The whole book. You can download the
Oh,
book.
that's pretty awesome.
So there's some iPhone and Android apps can integrate with this server and just keep stuff in sync. It's a pretty good system. It's pretty great. If you want to manage your ebooks, look into it. And it can also download news automatically. So you can set it to once a day, grab the latest headlines from the BBC so you can read them on your e-reader offline. And if you have subscriptions to the New York Times, it can do that too, and The Economist.
That's quite clever. It makes your dumb ebook reader into a little RSS reader.
It can even grab stuff from Pocket, and I used to have one for Google Reader. The Google Reader one obviously doesn't work anymore, and there's not a Feedly one, but the Pocket is pretty cool, and Instapaper, it can grab from Instapaper. So, yeah, it does a lot. And it can make your e-reader into like a newspaper, yeah. Google
Hey, we're coming up on 1 hour 20. We should...
Google added more to its definitions. You can now see examples of sentences. If you type define ambiguous, it will define it for you. I don't know if you know this. It added more to that, so check that out. Google should just embed everything and kill off the wider web and smartphone apps forever. It should just, when you search for something, the article should just show up in full text. with ads that are blocked. We should just kill the internet. So that's cool. Yahoo added photos to its weather app, so yay! Pack it up, Melissa. The company's saved. And let's move on to the gaming news. When you download a PS4 game on your smartphone, the PS4 wakes up automatically to start the download.
What does that mean?
That's pretty cool.
So like if you're like out and about somewhere, you know, you're not home, and you're like, oh, I want to get this game, you can, even if your PS4 is off, you can go to the PS4's store on your phone, download the game. It'll wake up your PS4, start the game downloading, so that way when you come home, it's done. Instead of like the way it works on Xbox now, where you can like buy the game, but you have to go turn your Xbox on at home for it to actually start downloading it. This way, the game will be ready to roll when you get home.
Oh, so it's implemented like Wake on LAN features that PCs have had for what?
Yeah.
The last 20 years.
Well,
right.
it's
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
It's still pretty awesome though. If
Cool,
you're like
man. Yeah.
It's easy to use. Well, no, if you're out and you want to download a game this way, you can do it without having to think. It's not a huge deal, but it's pretty cool. I like that Google Play does that too. Apple notably doesn't. But if I
do in iOS 7, don't they?
Do they? I can be on my computer, find a game I want, and push it to my.
Wait,
Apple
it does
phone.
that already. If I
Does it?
download an app, my wife gets it too automatically. She doesn't want.
Oh, that's pretty cool then. She doesn't want that. Oh, because you share an iTunes account.
Yeah, so she just deletes them every day.
I just really like in Google Play how I can, while browsing the web interface, be like, oh, I should test that, and just click install, and then the tablet does it in the other room
Yeah,
without
that's
me having to
pretty
do
cool.
anything. I like that. So that's a cool feature. Grand Theft Auto is pushing the limit this time, aren't they, Dave?
Yeah, because they never did that before.
Yeah.
The ESRB put up their summary of, you know, everything that's in GTA, and apparently
all the
there's
cool stuff.
there's penises, there's instances of necrophilia,
Oh my goodness.
marijuana use, just
Oh my God! What?
And you can go scuba diving.
the
and you
best
can
part
play
is though
tennis.
at the very end it breaks down some of the words that can be heard in the dialogue, and it like,
Wait, the rating lists all the naughty words that are in the game?
yeah, it says
Oh my goodness.
the
You can get
F
a
word,
good
the
idea
C
of the
word, and the N
Oh,
word.
they don't
can be
write
heard
the
in
word.
dialogue.
They describe it like a kindergarten teacher would to tell her parents the bad word that was said. Like
It says it like it's F star star K C
Oh,
star
my
N T.
goodness.
You know, is how they write it out in their
Okay.
thing. So
Well, I'd
But yeah,
like
it
a bit
says-
more direct. I don't know what these stars are for.
Yeah, what's
anyway,
the word? I'm
They,
confused.
it shows cocaine use. So yeah, it's
What GTA game hasn't had cocaine use?
It's got everything in it, man. Everything you can want from a video game is in GTA.
I really have to say, I didn't think we had enough content for a show this week, and we're verging on an hour and a half here. So
I couldn't find much for gaming news, so I just saw this and I was like, that's funny.
nah, that'll work. Yeah. Okay. What are the free files of the month?
James.
Yes, sorry. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Envato. They're basically a bunch of marketplaces for all kinds of digital media. Mostly I use like one called Theme Forest to buy premium WordPress themes, but then they also
I
do.
know Theme Forest. I've used Theme Forest in previous
Yeah, they're all
roles, yeah.
a part of the same Envato network, and then
Okay.
they cover video and graphics, sound assets, etc. And each month, I just found this, they take a selection of files from across all the marketplaces and they make them free. So this month there's like this free epic battle soundtrack that we could use in the podcast or something. You can download them, use them for free, whatever. There's a free one-page WordPress premium theme. It's nice. There's some nice backgrounds, video template for After Effects and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's good to go in and get a bit of inspiration if you just like see some of this free stuff and think, ooh, I could do something nice with that. That could be
That's
cool.
pretty great. Is there like
I
an
see a
RSS
project
feed
coming on.
for the free files, or is there a newsletter or something?
There should be an RSS feed.
Oh, this 3D sheep is awesome. This is pretty cool.
Exactly
3D
right.
sheep.
Who doesn't need a 3D sheep? It's the
You
kind
need a
of
3D sheep. Yeah.
digital hoarder's dream, really. Every week you can download some
This
new
is pretty great. This is
digital
pretty great.
crap.
So if you're into building stuff, and you should be, check that out. One more thing. We went over let's do the social stuff. Kashi sent us Suri's snarky reactions if you say "OK Glass." It doesn't like it. So good job, Apple programmers. I guess you really showed Google up on that one. If you say "OK Glass," it says "I'm not glass" and I'm fine with that. So yay.
Siri has a bunch of those dodgy responses.
My favorite is still if you ask him to open the pod doors.
Siri's kind of a bitch sometimes.
When is MakeUseOf.tv going to get a makeover? That's a good question. James has been working pretty much the entire time he's not looking into this camera, and part of the time when he is, on improving MakeUseOf.com. And when he's done that, we're going to give MakeUseOf.tv a makeover. Technophilia is going to be the first show really featured on it. The live page will be living there, I think, with probably a space for a banner ad and the chat room, and probably laid out a little better than we can within an article. And we'll possibly have some other shows in there. I, as managing editor, am going to be kind of taking the lead on figuring out what that will be. But I do know that sometimes we make videos for articles, and I would like a place for all those to be compiled, a place for people who just want to watch videos about technology to go to. Possibly, maybe Dave's gaming stuff could find a second home there. Maybe I would take up some projects of my own. So it's all up in the air. But rest assured, once MakeUseOf.com's new look launches, and you're going to like the new look a lot.
Which is going to be really soon, I swear.
Yeah, you've been saying that for
I saw an email
months.
today. I'm not going to say anything else, but I saw an email.
Once that's up and James has worked out the bugs, which I'm sure you will email about him about every day for the next month, but once that's all kind of worked out, we're really going to give MakeUseOf.tv a make use of makeover. It's gonna. We're hoping we can build something pretty cool. We're hoping we can build something for the technophiliacs, but also for people who are generally interested in learning about technology. So, gonna be fun. James, we get to work together.
Yay!
There's going to be a product review going up that I reviewed, a couple of portable scanners going up on the site probably like this weekend. So
You mean like a?
Hey, you know what I'm reviewing right now? A couple of Android TV sticks. I'll tell you right now,
that's
they
pretty
are
cool.
crap.
Oh, that's not
does
cool.
not surprise me at all. I'll be reviewing the games.
Are they anything like
next
the
month.
one I showed off in my Singapore video?
I can't remember what.
Oh,
Is that the one that you could get pirate content on?
You can watch any movie. And I'm like, do you need
Yes,
a
one of them
subscription?
does have that, actually.
Okay.
Like all
Okay.
Android apps, it was janky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And most games don't work because they expect the screen to be tilted or something, like
Oh, of
driving
course.
games.
That's the
And of course,
worst.
you can't tilt your TV.
Do you want to date with Dave? Augustine, I'm sorry. Dave is straight. And he
What?
won't date you. Yeah, Dave's straight.
This is not factually accurate.
It's true. You're straight. You've got a girlfriend that you live
You're
with.
fired.
Yeah.
I'm the managing editor now.
No, you don't have the power to do that. Straight.
I
man.
just gave myself the power as the managing editor. I gave myself the power to make myself the managing editor.
I'm
And you're
so
fired.
confused right now. Well, that's about as good a time to end as any. So thank you so much for listening to the show live. Please remember to subscribe on iTunes or RSS. And if you want to keep the conversation going throughout the week, you can do so on Twitter at The Technophilia or on Facebook, facebook.com/Technophilia Podcast. Click the like button and you'll get messages from us regularly just letting us know how much we love you and appreciate you. If you want to help out the show, please leave a review anywhere you can. And if you don't like the show, don't leave a review. And why did you just spend an hour and a half listening to this if you don't like it? That's really weird.
Also, he was not asking for a date. He was asking for a date for the new site.
Oh, for the new site? I have no idea. I just figured you
Not
wanted
a
to date
date
with
like
Dave.
when we go see a movie.
I thought you wanted. The new site should be launched by Friday, or James is fired. I have that power now. So, yeah, Friday. Yep.
Idiot.
It might take a while longer than that. We just switched servers for MakeUseOf.com, so we'll see. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll log out and re-log in to do the art with y'all. So let me know your ideas now.
Well, it's got to be like a little box.
We realize that you're Kashi, Augustine.
What?
It's got to be like a small, like literally a small package, doesn't it? But
A
not
very
a
small
penis.
package.
It can't be like a penis because that would be wrong. Yeah, that seems pretty easy.
It can be Dave holding a very small package.
Then I have to like take a photo of myself though.
Or you could just do it now, and you don't really have to take a photo. You can just be there.
I could do that. I don't want to.
Mm.
It could be a picture of Dave Parak. Throw him for a loop. Make him the small package man. What's my password? I don't remember. There it is.
I'm back. You guys are still on air? Oh, of course. We gotta do art.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, stupid.
Come on, Ron.
Pokemon ROM.
Stupid.
We should name it Free Pokemon ROMs. Is what Kathy's telling me.
I didn't say.
Oh, just Pokemon ROM, I think is the name of the show.
I thought it was Dave has a small package.
Dave has a small package? Okay. And then I'll find like a little Amazon box.
Yeah, a little package.
I want to take a picture of you doing that for the cover.
I made a post on makeyousub.tv, so you can do whatever you gotta do with that.
Awesome.
Techno.tv really does. I think, or makeuseof.tv/live should be where the show happens. And on the main blog could be pretty cool.
I just
Any
think
other ideas?
makeuseof.tv, the main domain, should always be the live show. It'll be right up the top, front and
Yeah,
center.
you're right. Just on the.
I also think we should do my idea. But I don't know if the powers will... Wait, Justin, you are the powers. Even though I demoted you and took your job, I'm giving it back to you now. So what do you guys think of all that Miley Cyrus stuff on the internet? That's weird, huh? James? did you
She
see
was,
that?
and then I watched a video of her twerking, I believe is the term.
With Robin Thicke from the VMA.
I don't know who that is either, but whatever.
He's a singer guy. He makes terrible music.
Oh.
He's got a music video where it's just him and that Pharrell guy standing there like singing while there's like just 3 topless girls walking around.
Pharrell.
He's
I'm no good with famous people. I really don't understand names.
well, yeah. He's apparently he's like a 36-year-old married man who is like twerking with like 19-year-old Miley Cyrus, which is kind of weird in and of itself. But yeah, the Reddits have been all over making fun of Miley Cyrus and her weirdness.
Hmm. What's he doing? Is he still making art?
I think he's dead.
Oh, literally dead. Okay. Should we kill the feed?
I don't know. Don't people want to watch Justin make the art or something when he reconnects? I don't know.
Hmm.
People do like what is this? What is that, Dave? What is your idea? I can't tell you what my idea is, Koshi. It's behind the scenes stuff. Shut up. I'm so nice to the fans, you know. What else can we talk about? What's going on in the internet world nowadays? I don't know. James is famous, according to Creepo.
I was always famous.
You were almost famous.
Always.
Almost.
Always.
Always almost. Man, having 2 monitors is awesome. I don't know how I ever lived with only 1 monitor before. Last night I was playing Dota on 1 monitor, and then I was watching a show on HGTV's website on the other one while I was playing. It's awesome.
What?
Home and Garden Television.
What?
HGTV.
Am I supposed to know what that is?
Yeah. Everybody knows what
Nope.
it is.
Don't.
It's a channel where they like... It's like a homes channel, you know, like interior decorating and shopping for houses and remodeling and stuff like that. It's pretty gay.
Whoa. Shh, 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 shh. Well, I don't think Justin's coming back, so yeah.
I'm looking at Reddit. It's funny. So who's left in the chat room? Let's see. We got Koshi, Warmonger, and Creepo. and you and me. Yeah, Justin even left the chat room, so I think he's like dead.
Oh, I think he broke something.
So maybe we should shut the show off now. We already know what the art's going to be anyway. It's going to be a small package. So you can picture in your head what that'll look like, and then I should get 3 monitors, says Koshi. What the hell would I need a third one for, Koshi?
Well, presumably if 2 is awesome, you should get 3. Have you thought about just buying a really good big monitor?
Yeah, but those are mad expensive, and I already had one. And
I love my 27-inch iMac. I don't think I can go back to using a normal computer screen after this.
Well, these are both 24. They're only 3 inches smaller.
Yeah, but 3 inches at that size is an awful lot.
Yeah, but times 2, I have 48 inches.
Yeah, but you don't though, really. You just have lots of little ones.
Well, that's true. I mean, I can't put... Although some games support, like, dual displays, you can spread out the entire thing across the 2 displays.
Oh, it's too fucking hot in this room.
That's because you're standing. You should get a normal desk where you sit.
It must be all of, 24 degrees right now.
I don't even have Justin's phone number, Koshi. Or I might have it, but I don't know. I'm not going to call Justin on the phone, though. That's weird, Koshi. Koshi is...
That's
weird.
so weird.
I love him, but he's a weirdo guy. We should kickstart all of us taking a trip to India to visit Koshi.
No.
No.
No. No.
You don't want to see Koshi live?
I don't want to go to India.
Alright, we should kickstart having Koshi fly to visit us, and then all of us flying to one central location to visit Koshi.
A Technophila meetup? That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, kickstart it. Three screen gaming.
That's Justin. Is he coming back?
No, I don't think so. We should probably shut off the broadcast. You want me to like? Oh wait, I heard a jingle.
That was me buzzing him.
Oh, I got all excited. Look, I'm wearing an NVIDIA Shield T-shirt. Do you like it?
Not really.
They sent it to me for free.
Really?
Yeah, because
Because your review is so good.
No, the Shield got delayed by like 3 weeks when they were going to ship them originally, so they sent all the pre-orders a T-shirt as like an apology. They're like, we know this doesn't make up for the fact that you really wanted a Shield, and we don't have it yet, but here's a little something for free to make you feel better. And I was like, that's cool. I like T-shirts. Wait, Koshi wants to meet in Syria? That seems like a terrible place to meet.
Weirdo.
Alright, he's not coming back.
Alright, kill the feed.
Alright, Koshi, we're leaving. I miss you, buddy.
I miss you already.
Oh, my camera's over here now.
What's that?
It's a peace sign for Koshi.
Oh.
Did you shut it off?
No.
How long am I going to have to stand?
Okay, I'll shut it off.